Hi, this is Dr. Amrita, and you are listening to the Health Well Bridge podcast. When the lockdown happened, I realized how quiet the streets were, how relieved my ears were. Even with so much going on, I was thankful for the quiet. But now that all the cars are back on the streets, I have further realized how honking horn and the noise pollution really hurts your hearing. I am an ENT surgeon and I really know how noise pollution can totally destroy your hearing, but many people may not. That's why I thought this was a good time to tell you about how your car making all that noise is bad for your hearing too. The horn and your hearing has a deep relationship. In India especially, the traffic jam ranks high among the urban stressors. Delhi, Mumbai, Kolkata are toppers when it comes to this nightmare, but Bangalore is very much in the running. In all the worry about air pollution, water pollution and social media noise, few if any are worried about the noise pollution we face every other day. The road in front of my apartment complex had sparse traffic when we moved in almost 8 years back. But for the last 2 years, the high volume increase in e-rickshaws, which is decreasing the air pollution, but has led to a massive traffic snarls, making the road a horrible noise polluter. I could hardly sit in my bedroom window without crying from the noise trauma. I thought that was bad until winter came and it got worse. With the AC units silent, there was no buffering the noise, and with a little child around, I could not really live with a noise cancelling device stuck to my, head. I worried about me and my daughter. The little ears were exposed to so much noise that I could only pray that God help protect her. The more hearing loss worsens, louder the noise is required for you to hear. If you are comfortable with the excessive noise and hear television turned all the way up, you should probably check your ears. If you are listening to music with earphones and the volume is way beyond the safety margin, beware. Your nerves may be silently crying. Noise has an effect on your hearing and health in other aspects too. Occupational, social, personal and environmental noise exposures all add up in the long run. Noise-induced damage of the inner hair cells and the nerve fibers are very real. Does noise really harm you? That might be a question you are asking yourself. Yes, it does. The harmful effect of noise exposure include annoyance, anxiety, sleep issues, daytime sleepiness, increased incidence of hypertension and cardiovascular diseases. It also impairs cognitive performances in school children. Have you ever wondered about your own hearing? About the much needed sense of hearing which only becomes obvious when you have a cold and have a blocked ear? With the loud honking around, it's a wonder that we can even hear. But the e-rickshaws, which does not pollute the air, are roughly 3 times more than what we need in our small town. This makes traffic navigation impossible and the noise even more so. If that wasn't bad enough, the ceaseless honking really drove me crazy one day when I went to pick up my daughter from school. This is when I realized pollution really is a big equalizer, but not in a good way. I wondered how the drivers of the scooters, bikes, cars and e-rickshaws tolerated such high decibel noise for so long. People who are spending so much time exposed to loud noise, are they even hearing right? The tinnitus or the ringing sound in ear and blocked ear may be the first sign of a sudden hearing loss. It's a warning. It can occur both after acute or a chronic noise trauma. It is one of the most difficult symptoms to tolerate and treat. Its effect on the quality of life is especially challenging. Tinnitus can cause sleep problems, disturbances, attention issues, and many other problems. It's a sound like it might be rumbling or some other kind of noises. Alcohol, tobacco abuse, diabetes mellitus and age-related hearing loss as well as certain medicines can make the matter worse. In the USA and the Europe, 26% of adults have a bilateral hearing disorder which makes hearing in noisy places very difficult. Age-adjusted prevalences in Asia is close to these stats. According to WHO, 10% of the world remains exposed to sound which can cause noise-induced hearing loss. More than 20 studies have some shocking facts related to children and noise trauma. The environmental noise exposure harms children's learning outcomes as well as overall cognitive performance. Sleep disturbance is easily the most disturbing non-auditory effect of environmental noise, causing long-term harm. It alters daytime alertness, performance, quality of life, physical and mental health. Occupational noise-induced stress can also cause burnout, poor well-being and decreased work performance. Common warning signs include annoyance, irritation, fatigue and tension headaches which just doesn't go. But what can you do? Personal, social and community awareness are the pillars of fighting noise pollution. Protect your ears. Awareness about the use of microphones, loud crackers and using industrial machines near households, schools, hospitals should be carefully monitored. Traffic sound levels must be controlled at all times. Social and environmental noise exposures are important cogs in the wheels of increasing sound pollution. While government and policymakers have a role to play, you can make a difference in your own way. You can stop the excessive honking. This is Dr. Amrita and you were listening to the Health Wealth Bridge podcast. Hope you understood what noise does to your hearing from now on. This podcast is brought to you by Health Wealth Bridge and I am Dr. Amrita, ENT surgeon based in Kolkata. Thank you so much for listening.